The upcoming quiz is going to cover the learning target of converting units of area or volume, and specifically we're going to talk about volume, which is the base of whatever shape you have times the height. And remember, when we end up converting some sort of cubic units, we need to do the conversion 3 times. So first, finding the volume of a cylinder, so a semi-cylinder at that. So a cylinder is round base. So a circle, that's what's right here, circle formula, circle area. So our area is going to be pi times, all right, this lists the diameter. The diameter is the distance all the way across. Let's color code that for everybody. Okay, so this distance is the 13. The radius, you should remember, is just half of that. So from here to the edge is the radius of 13 divided by 2 gives us 6.5. All right, that takes care of the base. We still need to multiply by the height, which is 15. And then, oh, by the way, semi-cylinder. Semi-cylinder means we only got half. So we need to multiply by a half, yeah. So now it's calculator time to get our number. We're just throwing all that in. Find the pi button, please. It's on all calculators, phone calculator, TI-84, so on and so forth. Pi times 6.5 squared times 15 times 0.5. So we have an area right now of about 995.49 cubic centimeters. All right, so the last part, my bad, volume. The area is just pi times 6.5 squared, whatever that number happens to be. It was 132.7. And now the volume would be, all right, 15 times 0.5 multiplied on. So the volume is the 995.49 cubic centimeters. The base is just the area, okay? So really this is volume. Here's base. So now we're turning that 995.49-ish, and that's cubic centimeters. So that cubic centimeters, it means we got times centimeters, times centimeters, times centimeters. Well, to cancel that out, we need to end up, all right, centimeters is in the numerator. To cancel that out, we need centimeters to show up in the denominator. But we also need the 100 attached to each of it. So that's that whole, all right, convert 3 times or to the third power. So I need to divide by 100 3 times, or I need to divide by 100 to the third power. And what this is doing at the same time, meters, 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter is cubic meters in top. And here's all our units canceling again. So we divide by 100, we divide by 100, we divide by 100. And we get a very, very, very tiny number. We end up with 0.0000995 cubic meters. And this should make a lot of sense because, again, we drew, all right. So there's 1 cubic meter. Well, that's 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, which is the same as 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters. So altogether, our conversion, 100 times 100 times 100, count up the zeros, we're talking about dividing by 1,000,000. Because 1 cubic meter would have 1,000,000 cubic centimeters in it. Okay? All right. Clear this up a little bit. So again, 0.00995 cubic meters, because you've got to cancel out the unit 3 times. That's going to be a theme over and over again. I'm going to start to summarize that on the next 2 problems here. So now I'll find the volume of a triangular prism. So starting off, area of a triangle, 1/2 times the base. All right, our base is 3. Don't confuse this base with that base. We're finding the area first. I'll make sure I clearly label this work. And then we got to times by 5. That is the base of our triangular prism. The height, which is right behind it, and I hit it for a half second, so let's erase. The height is 10 centimeters. Okay. Calculator time, 1/2 is the same as 0.5, or you can divide by 2. So 0.5 times 3 times 5. The area of the base is 7.5 centimeters squared. When we times by 10, the volume of the prism ends up being 75 cubic centimeters. This next number is going to be ridiculous then, because we need 75 cubic centimeters to be canceled. And here's that whole, all right, third power. Well, 100 to the third power is 1 million. Okay, 100 times 100 times 100 would be 1 with 6 zeros. Our cubic centimeters cancel. So I'm doing 75, 2 options, 75 divided by 100 raised to the third power, which is 1,000,000. Or you can go 75 divided by 100 divided by 100 divided by 100. Or you can just do 75 divided by 1,000,000. Either way, we end up with an answer of 0.0000075 cubic meters. If you think about it, like a meter stick is as big as a yardstick, which is a little over 3 feet. If we got just 75 cubic centimeters, that's a really, really tiny space. Okay, so we should get small numbers. That should make sense. Make sure you got the 0.00075 meters cubed written down. Go back and rewind it if you need to. Last one, find the volume of a rectangular prism. Okay, so the area of the base is just base times height. That's the rectangular area. So we got all by 9. What turns this into volume? All right, the height of the rectangle is 8 centimeters. So we just multiply here. So our volume is approximately 864 cubic centimeters, centimeters cubed, centimeters to the third power. Once again, we need to multiply that and the fact that 1 meter cubed, which is our conversion, and we know 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. But I'm not converting a single unit. I'm computing cubic units. So the second I put that cube there, I also got to put the cube on the 100. And this time I'm just going to do 864 divided by 100 divided by 100 divided by 100. And once again, we get a quite small number, 0.0864. I apologize about that. .864 meters cubed. Your units on the quiz are going to be not cubic centimeters and cubic meters, but the idea of canceling a cubic unit by either dividing 3 times or by a number to the third power, or multiplying by a number 3 times or a number to the third power. So please use this, start the quiz, codes are there. Best of luck.